Hello and welcome back to Take a Sip podcast. I'm Leche.
And I'm Tito.
Let's start off with the usual, right, Tito?
Yeah.
What are you drinking, sir?
I'm on a coffee bent recently. I've been drinking less and less, which I'm happy about because coffee does have
caffeine.
We've recently been on a very rocky road. I think we're about to break up. But yeah,
let it down easy.
Yeah, I know. Little by little. Slowly start moving my bags out of the house or whatever. But yeah, coffee. What about you? What are you drinking?
I'm drinking a cola champagne.
Oh, nice. Is that the Colombiana one?
Yeah.
That one's good.
Like
that one,
yeah.
Good. There is another one. I forget its
the one
name.
with the white mark. I forgot the
name too. The
that
white label. That one's good.
That one's a little bit more refreshing.
This one's like a little bit heavier.
One.
Yeah.
Like that one is a little bit more bubbly, which I prefer.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah,
man, some interesting stories, some crazy shit, especially off of Steam. That's some big news, honestly.
Oh yeah.
But let's get into it, dude. Let's start off with let's talk about this Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl coming out. And I want to hear your thoughts on that, first, to be honest. What do you think about this game?
Well, first of all, let's explain what All-Star Brawl is.
Oh, right.
It's a Nickelodeon version of Super Mario Smash Bros.
Mm-hmm.
But except that obviously instead of Mario, Luigi, Bowser, Greninja, or whoever, it's all just going to be specifically Nickelodeon characters.
Yep.
I believe the roster right now is very small, but it does include some older characters and even some newer characters that Nickelodeon has.
Yep. I mean, some of this lineup is pretty cool. I mean, some of them. Yeah. Yeah, I have the list here. So I'm like starting off, like you got some of the Ninja Turtles coming in because I forgot that Nickelodeon owns them. I forgot that they have the licensing property of them. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. They're going to add Michelangelo and Leonardo, which is pretty dope.
Mm-hmm.
I think those two are pretty much good choices, I feel, out of all of them.
Oh, yeah.
And then like also, of course, SpongeBob, because that's their biggest IP, I feel.
Yeah.
For Nick, honestly. They're the SpongeBob is like the hugest thing that Nickelodeon has, and it's been running for the last like almost 20 plus years already.
Yeah.
Nuts to even think about it like that.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, and then you have like even like newer characters like Lucy Loud and Lincoln Loud from the Loud House. And like it's so cool that they're still even bringing back some like even older characters that obviously SpongeBob has had the longest lifetime out of a lot of their Disney Channel's like IPs besides the Ninja Turtles, but like everyone knows SpongeBob. You get me? Like you might find the occasional not so Ninja Turtle fan, but SpongeBob. But like even with them, they bringing back Nigel Thornberrys from the Wild Thornberrys, which was like completely out of the blue.
Yeah, that's kind of random as shit. Like that's pretty cool.
They're bringing back. They're bringing Zim from Invader Zim, Helga awesome. From Hey Arnold, which is like,
not even Arnold himself.
Not even
bringing her instead.
Well, that's the thing, though. I mean, this is just 3, 6, 9. 12, almost 15 characters right now.
It does say this is this isn't the full list. This is just like a little like tape.
Taste of all these were all just the ones we were able to see in the little announcement trailer.
Yeah, they even have Danny Phantom. That's dope.
I'm just laughing that they're not even bringing back the Rugrats. They're bringing back Reptar from the Rugrats.
I mean, that makes sense. I mean, why would they have the babies fight, right? Like, Reptar actually makes sense out of anything.
Okay, but even putting, like, the kids inside of a Reptar... Well, they brought Nigel. They brought Nigel Thornberry back. You get me?
For sure.
But I mean, even putting like the kids in like the Reptar car, the tour car that they're always in, and just have the car like throw out baby bottles or like a diaper that people could slip on or whatever.
That's true.
Like something
they
like
swing
that.
With the little roller thing, like the little rattle thing.
The rattle,
like,
yeah.
That's their melee, whatever. Like
their melee weapon, yeah. But no, they just bring back.
Yeah, Reptar, I mean, yeah, they could literally go into any of that.
I want to see how that works, but I mean, my thoughts on it. It seems fun. It is a bit like I'm kind of not so happy with it because we're so used to it already with Smash Bros. So to just, in a way, it's kind of like a knockoff version of Smash Bros.
It's going to feel like that, to be honest. I mean, I'm a 50-50 with it too. It could be either really good and be like on par with Brawl, or it's going to be like, you know, the wish of fucking, the wish item of freaking, of Super Smash.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. This is more just going to be a nostalgia thing for people. Melee
that's the biggest thing probably for this.
Yeah, Melee has been there already for so long that it's not a nostalgia thing. It's an expected thing from Nintendo at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And even like they're still adding even more characters still even after Sephiroth.
Mm-hmm.
People are still debating on what character it's going to be. So,
because you never know where Smash. That's the nice thing about it. They literally can add any character and it'll be welcome.
Yeah, honestly. I wasn't expecting so many Pokemon to be in it. You got me?
Mm-hmm. Like so individual Pokemon and stuff.
Yeah, it's definitely cool seeing that. But yeah, I mean, at this point, it's really just waiting and seeing how it actually plays.
Mm-hmm. I mean, just off these pictures that they show, I don't even think they showed gameplay. Did they? Oh, they did. Yeah.
Yeah, the announcement
trailer. Yeah. I mean, it looks okay graphic wise and stuff like that. But until we actually get to play it ourselves or something, then that's when like the true testament comes out if it's good or not. If it has some longevity or it has some, you know, if it could actually compete with the other fighting games.
Yeah, my thing is just like it looks so cartoony.
It's like it's made for kids most likely.
Most likely, but like if it's made for kids, having like a Smash Bros type of game doesn't seem like the right path to go with it. You get me? If it was more like a Mario Party type of style with the characters, that would probably make more sense.
Yeah. Either that or like what game is it? Like Mario 64, like an open world, like, oh, you know, like the universes are colliding bullshit, you know, like some bullshit like that for Nick. That would actually make more sense. And that would be more interesting in my opinion.
Yeah.
If they made like an open world type of world with all those characters like within it. That would be super dope.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, I'm very iffy on how it's gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like they would have made a much better game with all these characters if it was like a Smash Bros type of thing, like we said. Sorry, not a Smash Bros, a Mario Party type of game.
Mario Party type of thing.
Yeah, with like little mini games. And then every mini game could be like specific things like, oh, burger flip. How many burgers can you flip with like in the SpongeBob world? And you're in the Krusty Krab, where it's like catch the coconuts that the little kid from the wild thornberries as he throws them down, and then like little games like that, that you could like still be on different maps, still do different things, and battle each other. But I don't know.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Like, yeah, a Mario Party style would have been way better for sure. I feel now you saying that, like I'm picturing it. It actually would have been a little bit more fun that way,
right? Yeah.
Moving on from that, you know, people having fun and shit. Like, you know, these billionaires are for most part, you know, with having all that cash and spare time and shit. I know this might be an iffy like article to go through for most, you know, because we don't like to get into things like that, especially talking about like
Well,
people
this is
with wealth and like,
well, yeah,
a vast amount of influence because of their money.
Yeah.
Per se, that's a better statement to say.
Yes.
Not people with money, because there's people, who are actual decency with their money and shit. But these are people who are influenced that actually, go above and beyond ridiculous when it comes to their money.
Yes.
So, looking at some article that Tito looked up, this is like the billionaires space race benefits the rest of us. Does it really though? That's the real question, right?
Yes.
On that, like them investing so much heavily on space exploration, on making it commercial or making it or whatever the fuck it may be, is it really beneficial for all of us?
Well, the main basic part of this, right, as much as they say, oh, it's to benefit the rest of society, it's really just for clout. Oh, so the first 100%. One could be like, oh, with my money, they were able to do this. They were able to land on Mars for the first time.
Yeah.
With my money.
Influence. They don't say money.
With my influence, with my help, they were able to land the first monkey on fucking Uranus or something, whatever. You got me? Yeah. Like stuff like that. Like the main part of it is they're using it for clout. Then it's always like, oh, but it's helping society. It's helping. Now, if you know, and obviously me, the devil's advocate, there's two sides to each thing. Okay, yes, it's going to benefit us being able to expand, explore more, know what's out there for us to, if need be, find another planet, so to speak, to live on if Earth eventually dies on us, right?
Yeah.
But then the other side too is you're wasting all this money to go into space when you could be using that exact same money to save what we have now and help what we have now. Like there are still, it is 2021 and we still have kids dying of hunger. People still not able to have fresh, clean water. We still forget that there's people not even like, and I'm not even talking about like Africa or China or whatever. I'm talking about like here in the US, we still have certain cities that don't have clean running water. Look at Hurricane Katrina. A lot of those people still don't have houses. And how long ago was Hurricane Katrina? All of that area is still a mess, still needs to be cleaned up, still needs to rebuild houses no matter how long it's already been. People are still working at it.
Yeah. I mean, they have all this time. They have all these resources to actually, give back to all these wonderful causes, but they choose it to do on other things like this, which I mean, in hindsight, don't really need too much help because it's already getting like, don't get me wrong, like for example, NASA already is getting budget from the US, to actually do their own research and stuff like that. And they might, need more finance help and stuff like that, but they don't need it too much. I think they're good, but them doing extra stuff and wasting hundreds of millions of dollars on extra research on their own and stuff like that, I feel like it's a little bit on the selfish part because they're just trying to be the first or whatever to this and that and stuff like that. It's like a race to them.
Yeah.
I guess that's what drives them on top of that, but at the same time, it's not right,
Which was like the problem when, no, I don't want to say problem, like that was the thing back when first person on the moon, you got me? It was a race between us and the Russians. Like who was the first person to set a man on the moon? Was it the Russians? I think it was the Russians.
No, it was the USSR, not Russia.
Whatever. USSR. Okay, USSR. There we go.
No, seriously.
I know. That's why I asked. Yeah. But you see, like, okay, but now it's like, that's different because it was two sides of the world. Now when it's just straight up billionaires that are neighbors.
Yeah, they have all this money to play with, and they're doing it they're using it in the wrong way.
And I was as I was reading, like in the article too, it was like, all right, cool, you want to do that, but how much? Like, okay, how many ships have you guys already sent up? You get me? If you have sent any, how much jet fuel is that? How much more fumes are you now adding to our planet? Just to
you're making shit worse.
Yeah. Exactly. Like, it's like, fully think it through before you do that, let alone like it's jet fuel or whatever type of like gasoline or whatever, like that could also benefit the people now who are paying $12 a gallon in certain places. Like, we got lucky that in some places they got down to $2 for us, but now it's like it's slowly coming back up again because now Richard Branson, Jeff Bezos, fucking this Tesla guy or whatever, like, all just want to send ships up.
Mr. Musk himself, yeah.
Musk, Elon Musk, like, come on, like, yes, okay, benefit, help, put money where you guys want. Like, it's your money. I'm not going to complain, but if I had money too, I would put it in stuff I knew would help.
Would actually help, yeah.
What we have now. This is why we can't have nice things, because we end up breaking it. Yeah. And now you want to go and buy new things that are just gonna break later down in the future, because once we get tired with this planet, we're gonna go to another planet and just do the same shit there.
It's gonna be that's how humans work, though. Honestly, that's how it's working now, sadly. As soon as something gets used up and broken, we kind of like trash it and move on to a newer thing until, it keeps going and going. So sad to see it, but
100%.
It's going to be like that. So, and there's nothing to stop them. It's their money, right? We can't really do or say anything to them because there's no regulation on them on that shit. Yeah.
Sadly, there isn't. But
moving on from that story,
back to a more positive note. I just like adding these occasional like pop culture articles to change it up a little bit. You get me?
Yeah, that's not a pop culture freaking.
Well, it's something different than just a video game.
It's definitely an opinion piece, for sure. It's an opinion piece for sure. But moving on from that, I think the next story is pretty interesting, in my opinion, about Netflix trying to add video games onto their rosters now, like adding video games and stuff like that. Reading this article just reminds me, like, whatever happened to, remember that game service that it would deliver games to you, like Netflix used to do with the movies? They did the same thing with video games, right? Whatever happened to that company? I think it was called Gamefly. There you go.
Oh, Gamefly.
Right? Whatever happened to that company, bro?
That's true. After a while, you just stopped hearing about Gamefly. But that's the thing, though. When it comes to stuff like that, it's like, oh, you want the game now, but now you have to wait for them to send you the disc. You have to like open it, whatever, make sure it's fine, and then you have to send it back. And if you don't send it back in time, you still get charged whatever amount of money that they were charging at the time. Right. That was the issue with that. For Netflix, with this article, because of how much
streaming services are going up and shit, it actually makes it's a good move, in my opinion.
Yeah,
it's not a bad move at all.
After everybody got Netflix over quarantine, they want to keep that customer service up, so they are going to expand to gaming.
Honestly, yeah. Netflix, this is probably a big move, a great idea, because like you said, how you were saying about people, were in quarantine. And so they were like streaming a lot of all these streaming sites and stuff like that. Not only Netflix benefit, like Disney Plus benefited, Hulu, Like all these other freaking streaming services are just like, increased in value and revenue, all thanks to the pandemic. And I mean, video games for Netflix, I don't know how they were like integrate that and how it would work, to be honest, because especially with like, for example, I want to say like people who own consoles, how would that work for them, right?
Yeah.
Because PC, it actually makes sense for people who own PCs to do this because they could probably just like, there's the movies, there's the movie side, and then there's the video game side, and then you just go over there, probably download it, and it downloads straight into your computer. I don't know how a console would do this, if they would even think about putting this on a console.
Yeah, and let alone too, it's like now you have to think about like certain games, if they are certain like exclusive type of games, how that's gonna work too. Because obviously, like, let's say for us, when like we have Netflix and we both have Xboxes, you have a PC, but now like let's say, are they gonna be able to bring back an old game that was PlayStation exclusive, like let's say Infamous?
Okay,
you get me? Like, that. Oh, they want
exactly. I don't. That's like a whole, that's things they got to maneuver and look into. Yeah, that's a lot of licensing issues as well. Because they have to respect the company if they wish not to release it for other consoles and stuff like that. Yeah. Either that or don't include it into the roster at all. Mm-hmm. Make it for only games that are available on all systems.
Which is like, but then after that, it's like you think about it. Okay, all systems. Then that's just games that everybody already has. Destiny, Overwatch, Valorant, Dead by Daylight, those types of games, you got me? And people probably want the service for a little more, or if they're just doing it too for like, let's say kids that only have Netflix and their parents only have Netflix and can't really afford the games. Like, there's a lot of ways these things could go.
Or it could be like, with Stadia try to be a little bit like, you pay a monthly fee, an extra fee, and then you literally can play any game you want pretty much on their roster. Pretty much, it's not for free because you're paying for it, right?
Yeah.
Like you're paying for like you pay service. Like a flat fee of like $20-$25 a month, for example. And then you get to play their roster of 100 plus games maybe that they have. Yeah. And they're all there. Like you can play and stop at any point and stuff like that. But that would be the idea that they should go with, in my opinion. Just, increase whatever or bundle movie and freaking video games together. Make it $40 a month bucket, like, full send with the money. Because people will pay for it. I'm not going to lie to you, because that sounds awesome, especially if they integrate it in that way, how Stadia want it to be.
Yeah.
Then yes, they could probably pull it off.
Yeah, but then, see, it's just weird because now if we're talking prices are going to shoot up a little bit for Netflix. Mm-hmm. You got me? So that's then it's like, how much more are they going to charge? Because that was the point of Netflix. Netflix is cheap. Like if you're just watching the one screen at all times or whatever, it's only $8 a month, I believe.
Yeah, something like that.
And then adding one more screen so two people could watch at the same time in different places, it's then $10 a month. And then even like three or more, it's like $12 a month or $13 a month or whatever. So now,
yeah, I think the family thing is like the most beneficial thing. Like I think it's like you do like 5 to 6 screens and shit, and then you pay like a flat $15 a month. Mm-hmm. I feel like that's the biggest deal, especially if you have a big family.
But now if like there's a gaming thing and you're just only one person's going to be gaming and it's going to go up another $5 a month. Right? That's the problem. That's the issue. That's the issue. I mean,
right. Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's worth it if you're a person who likes to play a lot of different video games to pay $15 a month for it. An extra 15 on top of the 15 that you're already paying for. In my opinion, that would be worth it. For example, like Andre likes to fucking get all the most recent games. Like, in my opinion, it would benefit him instead of wasting 60 for every fucking game that's coming out every other month. You get me? I'd rather him pay $20 extra, like monthly on his Netflix for him to play those type of games if they're available on there.
But that's also assuming that they're gonna be having the most updated games of all time.
That's what I'm saying. That's assuming.
Because even Netflix doesn't have like all the modern day shows, all the modern day movies. Like I just started watching the challenge, and they only have like seasons 2 and 3 on Netflix. And then I checked on my sister's Hulu, and on Hulu they only have like season 30 and 31. Where the fuck is season 4 to 29? Like that's what I want to know. And it's
missing a little bit.
And it's like it's pretty old because, dude, I was on season 3 of the Challenger. Some of their prizes was an Xbox 360, a 360, wow. And I'm over here on my Xbox One, like my 360 is now just a paperweight because I don't even touch it.
Yeah, like it's not even like valid anymore, like at all.
So what's happening?
It's interesting, like I want to see what they actually do with this shit.
Yeah.
It will be interesting if they actually, that's the real thing, right? Like, is it going to be the most up-to-date games or is it going to be games from the past? That's the real question right there. But that's the secondary question, because then the real first question is like, how are they doing it? And then the third question would be like, how much is it?
See, but then too, it's like you said, how do you download? Or if they're just doing it straight through Netflix, then how do you play? If then you need a controller, do you just connect an Xbox controller, but you have an Xbox?
That's what I mean. Like, how are they going to do it? That's the number one question. Is like, how are they integrating that into Netflix? Unless they're creating another service that's provided by Netflix, if you get what I mean. Like it's going to be 2 services, but it's Netflix that owns them, both those services.
It's just a lot to really understand how they're going to go through with this. I mean, I hope it works out. You get me? Because Netflix is fun. It is good. It does have some very interesting movies and shows that I've even recently watched. I just wish they were a little bit more consistent on updating. I know there are issues with licensing and stuff.
Yeah, but I wish it wasn't like.
But it's good. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I've watched Charmed like 3 times through Netflix. I fucking love that show. Yeah. But I don't know. I wish them well. Because they even got the freaking veteran video game executive Mike Verdu. And I mean, he's been in the game for a long time as well. So I don't know. Maybe he might be able to help them out on how that goes.
Maybe, dude. And then, dude, this last story I think is huge.
Oh yeah.
Probably this is the craziest shit that's probably happened, and it's gonna be huge for gaming. I feel for a lot of people, for like a shit ton of people who wanted to have PC experience or play games on Steam that are exclusively to Steam and actually have the chance to play. We're talking specifically about the Steam's new announcement of their handheld, pretty much console, which is called the Steam Deck. And I think So I think people are saying it's going to be valued and it's going to be selling at $400
for the basic one.
For the basic one, I mean that's very huge. That's that's a console in itself. That's how much is like an Xbox 360. Xbox Series X is. An Xbox Series S is, or whatever one it is.
Yeah, but then they have. That's just the basic one with 64 gigabytes. Then there's 256 gigabytes at 530, and then a 512 gigabyte at 650.
Right.
Another thing I was seeing too with the Steam Deck is like people were saying this is what the Switch should have been.
Oh, I agree. No, I agree. Like reading through this, I think that's, in my opinion, you're right. It should have been this.
It has the screen, it has the buttons, all the switches and knobs. You're able to connect like an HDMI and all these other cables
monitor
straight to the actual console, the handheld console, not like the Switch that you have to connect it onto the
Tito, you should get one of these, bro.
The thing. I know, but I need the money. PC,
just get this.
I need the money.
There's your PC.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, it would make sense. That's what I'm saying.
Because then if I could connect it to an HDMI, I could connect it straight to my Elgato and stream from this. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. And you can play anything you want on Steam.
I know. Phasmophobia through this shit. Have it like right up to my face and stuff. It's a VR. It's a VR.
VR system and shit. No, but seriously, like, dude,
it looks
this is
dope.
huge, bro. I'm sorry. Like, I feel like people would undermine, like, oh, like whatever. It looks like a fucking Switch. Like, hey, like, no, it's not just that. Though.
It's not. Just
literally a compatible. A compressed and movable PC, pretty much. If people don't think about it like that.
Yeah.
Like, dude, they literally put the power of PC in your fucking hand. Like, that's huge. That's huge advancements, bro. And I think that's what Valve and like the people in Steam have been literally working on for the last couple of years, probably on this on itself, which is enormous, bro.
Yeah. You know what this also reminds me, because of it's still able to access the internet and all that stuff. It's literally a PC in your hand. This is what the PSP was trying to be back in its day.
Oh, yeah. Actually,
and the Steam Deck just completed that image.
Mm-hmm. This is the perfected version of that, pretty much.
Yeah. The PSP, for those of you who don't know, is a PlayStation Portable.
Oh yeah, for people who aren't old enough, right? People don't know. Either that or never even fucking heard of it, been living under a rock.
You thought a GameCube disc was small. You should have seen the PSP discs.
Oh my god, they came in a little plastic thing inside already, straight up. In case it falls off.
You could almost fit those in like a Nerf gun and still use that.
Yeah, honestly.
It's just a lot more dangerous. It's literally a self-defense weapon if somebody tries breaking in your house. Fill yourself up with PSP disc and a Nerf gun.
Fucking stupid, dude.
You're gonna tell me it's not?
I mean, yeah, you know. Dude, but yo, this is. I'm actually looking forward to see how this works, dude. I hope someone in our family fucking gets this, or I don't want to get it myself. I will not try not to get this myself.
Well, I mean, it's
price. It comes on December.
No, it's not December.
Yeah, it ships December. Yeah.
Oh, it ships December, but
yeah, like you
pre-ordering is literally the 16th of today.
Today, July 16th. At 1 p.m. Eastern time, which just happened. And it was starting at $400 for people. And then there's the different versions, like how Tito was saying, that there's the more storage for $529 and then $649.
Oh, you know,
people are probably going to go for the $649, bro.
We checked the website. You know, they're sold out.
Oh, yeah. These probably sold out so fucking fast, dude.
What I'm trying to
so fucking fast. There's no way these things did not fucking sell that like quickly. I think they even backed up the orders, I think.
Probably.
Yeah. They're saying now expect the order availability for Q1 of 2022. That means within the first 3 months of fucking 2022. If you don't go into the pre-order now for a reservation, you're going to have to wait until then to reserve one. That's nuts, dude. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, so I mean, imagine if this is already that backed up, it's just gonna be. Hopefully, they're better than Xbox and PlayStation are.
Dude, this is the runner-up for the Switch. Dude. This is the runner-up, bro.
Even, and they did it in a good time. Right after that letdown announcement of the,
I know, actually,
Switch LEOP or whatever it was.
OLED, dude.
OLED, that thing.
Yeah.
My bad. I was close. I had like 3 of the
You're
same
close.
letters.
That acronym was there. It just wasn't rolling off. But yeah, dude. Yeah, I think Yo, big clutch to Steam, bro.
Oh,
To Valve just fucking like, all right, dude. Everyone's like sulking out of this fucking this Switch shit that looks like crap. Let's hit him with this shit, dude. Yo, they even have buttons in the back, bro, to fucking make them.
Yeah, if you have, because obviously you're not.
Even as paddles, bro.
Everything. It has everything.
Shit, dude.
This is gonna be so
Nintendo.
It is just gonna be a little bit tricky when you like. Obviously, like let's say you misclick or something, like you misclick 5 buttons instead of just one. so that might be the only real thing, but that's just like people being conscientious of their fingers. Really, you got me.
I hope they like. I don't know. Most likely, I mean, for some games on Steam, you don't need Wi-Fi, which is the nice thing. Mm-hmm. But we'll see. They'll probably create more games that don't require Wi-Fi. And this is telling me for Steam that they're going to create more games that are Steam exclusive as well. Probably. It's going to be specifically only on Steam, which would benefit them a lot, especially if this sells like really well. You got me? If they see like some large amount of influx coming in for it, I think it'll be huge for Steam and Valve.
Not even just for Steam, but for the indie creators. Yeah. Indie creators now have a much more chance of
finally their games will be exposed to the mainstream media.
Exactly. People. Like
I didn't even think about all that.
Yeah, this is going to change a lot for them. Like it might like this is going to up their chances of getting a game watched, seen, played, announced. That
now they can announce it in a bigger public way as well for their games now.
Exactly, and for people like that have a Steam Deck, they can now do it wherever. It's not just stationary at home. Mm-hmm. You get me? Like the thing with like an Xbox and a PlayStation, you could disconnect it, put it in a backpack, and travel with it. You can't do that with a PC unless you have a laptop, a PC laptop.
That's true. I was gonna crack a joke right now. You bet my sweet ass, dude. I'll be in the gym playing Skyrim, bro.
That's the only way. You're like on a 10-mile walk and just like your Stream Deck on the little
on a treadmill. It's just like, oh shit.
People are looking at you like, are you all right, sir?
Like, no, I got fucking killed. I'm not talking about
my dwarven hammer just broke and I can't get it back. The witch and the ogre teamed up against me. My magical fireball isn't doing any effect on either of them.
That doesn't affect them, fucking assholes.
Sir, do we need to call you a mental hospital or something?
Oh, you gotta I need help. No,
someone's right.
Honestly, dude.
Someone's on the oh my god! Someone's on the bike, on the Stairmaster next to you. It's like, yo, what's your Steam? I got you. And they join you. Your Steam.
Go straight up. I'll come and get your res, bro. So you bet your sweet ass people will be in some awkward places playing this shit, dude. 100%. I mean, it's gonna be fucking hilarious, but we'll see, dude.
Damn. Now it's like someone need to use the bathroom. You know you're gonna hear some shit now.
You're gonna be hearing fucking some dope ass music just having it for video games. Yep. The fucking toilet now. Oh shit.
Because now they can take their whole damn game into the bathroom with them.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, if I had this, I would. 100%, bro. My games to go, honestly. Take my shit to go.
All right.
I mean, that's
really it from your side.
Yeah, that's all I have for this. You got yours?
Yeah, I do have one thing. It's not gaming news, but obviously we've talking about being very self-conscious. Both of us are currently right now in a working out journey. And all that stuff. And luckily enough, just a few days ago, Sports Illustrated had a swimsuit show. And I don't think it got enough highlight as it should have. But Sports Illustrated had their swimsuit show, and it celebrated a diversity of bodies and colors on the Miami runway. So if you look it up, if you want to, you have some of your regular swimsuit models, very tall, lean, and all that. But normally, I don't want to sound wrong, but it is true. It's normally the blonde or brunette white models. This year, they had a variety of skin-colored girls, from white to black, the browns, and even still then, they had a variety of bodies. The very lean, the very muscular, the very round body types. And it was very nice, and it was very pretty to see, because it shows, obviously, Sports Illustrated talks a lot about being very healthy and getting into shape. And what they did with this, actually, it's not only exposed that what health is in the world these days of being very skinny and lean, but they celebrated the bigger girls who, even though they are bigger, they are technically healthy. You get me? So it was very nice seeing that and seeing these beautiful women happy, celebrating their bodies, their curves, their stretch marks, if they had any, their butts, and all the love handles and stuff. I mean, it's true. Like, I know I'm a gay man or whatever, but I could still look at a woman and say she's a beautiful woman. And just seeing them walk down this runway, seeing the confidence in their face, I was like, yes, queen, like, fuck it, yeah. Like, they looked good. They looked good. They looked very beautiful walking this runway.
That's what I'm saying, dude. But I mean, when it comes to that, definitely, like, dude, if they strut their shit, bro, and they have the audience for it, power to them, honestly. That's just builds confidence, not only for them, but man, for the general public that feels like they can't, pull that look off. They can't pull it off. Like, there you go. There's your inspiration now, because you're seeing all these different type of women, shape, disabilities, whatever it may be, literally strutting their shit.
Yeah, they had, like I told you earlier, they had one model. She was in a wheelchair. She was in a wheelchair, but she looked very beautiful. She was very confident rolling down this runway in her wheelchair. She knew what she was in, but that did not let her stop her from being fierce on the runway, for lack of better terms. Like, and if you watch David Dobrik's vlogs on YouTube, he was a TikTok star. He's now on YouTube. His lifelong friend and his assistant, Natalie, is in those vlogs, and she's normally very shy and not always in front of the screen. But she was a model in this runway. And it's the most confident and very beautiful that anyone's seen her, aside from the vlogs, you get me? So seeing her in a new light was very cool to see too. Someone that you've seen before be something different, like on a runway. It's cool. It was very cool. It was very nice. And very inclusive. I was very happy to know that Sports Illustrated did something very inclusive, very diverse in celebrating body positivity. And all
great.
That.
That's always good for companies to like do stuff like that. Even if it's not all the time, like once in a while, it is nice to be inclusive when it comes to certain things like that.
They're at least aware of what they're putting out.
Exactly, which is perfect. That's already huge in their part. Even if it's a publicity stunt, but still, it is good for them. It's still good.
Yep.
Can't say nothing bad about it.
But besides that, do you have anything to add?
No, dude.
No? All right. All right, then. Where can people find you, Leche?
People find me at Instagram at Leche Minuesa, or you guys can follow me at Twitch at TechnoFreak95. Where can people find you, dude?
And everybody can find me on at One Alpha Penguin on Instagram and Twitch. I will be deleting my Twitter. I mean, I don't really use it much. I also feel like Twitter brings forward a lot more negative energy than what it should.
That's full of Twitter.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really know what to tweet. I feel like most of my jokes come from talking, not just one-liners that I can make up and tweet without knowing the full conversation of where my jokes come from.
Yeah, because then it could get pulled out of context. Be like, oh, no, never mind.
Exactly. So just One Alpha Penguin on Instagram and Twitch. And then you guys could follow the podcast at Take a Sip _pod on Instagram and Twitter. I might delete the Twitter as well, to be honest with you. Just stick with the Instagram. And you guys could also follow the podcast at youtube.com/take a sip. As always, the logo we have for the podcast is the same for all the social medias. And yeah, that's really it. Follow, like, subscribe, leave some comments if you like the variety of like different articles that we talk about. What's your opinion on the billionaire space race? Let us know. Are you gonna buy, or did you already order your Valve Steam Deck? Let us share it.
No,
we want to touch it at least for a day.
Yo, hook a brother up.
For real. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
See you guys.